All right, good morning, everyone. Sarah Fragani here with Tom Pina from Bexar County and Jennifer Serrell from TxDOT. Obviously, we've been talking about this Arctic blast for a while. Everyone is preparing on all fronts, the state, the city, and the county. And we want to get a quick update right now on what's happening. A lot of people, I know most of the school districts this morning are closed, so a lot of people hopefully should be staying home. But we do have those who have to go to work today. So can we get a quick update from you, Tom, about right now the road closures and what you're seeing in the county overnight?
Yeah, right now the main problem obviously is the water. So before people venture out, the best would be to go to our website, bearflood.org. And I'm looking at it right now, and we are looking at 18 road closures at this time. But it's a moving target, so it's been up to 21 and then back down to 18. So that's a good place to go.
Yeah, and TxDOT, Jennifer, what is going on right now? What are you guys seeing on the highways? I know that you have at least a couple of closures.
Yeah, right now, most of the highways are open. We're only seeing water on the roads, no ice yet. We do have two closures. The flyover ramps at US 281 and Loop 1604 are closed as a precaution for potential ice. And then I-35 northbound on the exit ramp to I-10 is closed for flooding at the moment. We do encourage everyone to follow us on social media or visit drivetexas.org to get road conditions before you head out this morning.
And we've been anticipating the freezing temperatures and the ice that is coming. But really the biggest problem we've seen so far overnight, like you mentioned, has been the water. And that exit you're talking about is a result of already some flooding that we're beginning to see in some areas. And TxDOT, I know, spent time the last several days treating the highways and the roadways. Has that been a problem with all the rain overnight, washing out that brine, Jennifer?
Well, like you said, our crews have been out over the past few days pre-treating the roads. Our crews were out again this morning, treating those roads again as we got rain overnight. So they wanted to get more treatment on the roads after the rain let up to prepare for any drop in temperatures later today. But our crews are out there monitoring the roads and treating the roads to prevent any accumulation of ice as we see a drop in temperatures later on.
What's y'all's biggest concern right now?
Right now, our biggest concern is the safety of our roads and the traveling public. So if you are out on the roads today, we urge you to slow down and drive with caution and stay alert. And again, visit drivetexas.org to check for road conditions before you head out.
Yeah, I think good point, Jennifer. It's really the roadways right now, and then we have the unusual situation that the temperatures are about to decline during the day. So that's a bit unusual. Which is the best is to go to all these different online resources that are there. Follow local media because it's a moving target, so to speak. We have a website up at bear.org/winter, and that has all the links to the different resources on there as well.
No, we have the state and the county with us. It's been a year since we've had the freezing temperatures last February, and that really put a big scare in a lot of people. So this time everyone is ahead of it, and we're trying to prepare to the best of our abilities. What lessons were learned from last time, and how are you guys working together to make sure that everyone is on the same page?
Communication is key. So we work together in what's called the Emergency Operations Center. We exchange information on an ongoing basis with each other. So that's really key to everything. In the county, we have to work together with the emergency services districts. On top of that, the suburban cities. So we're well versed in handling situations like this, and we're ready to go.
And Jennifer, what's the biggest advice again that you can give folks who are watching right now?
Our biggest advice to the traveling public right now is to drive safely. Check the road conditions and your local forecast before you head out. When you are driving on the highways and the roads, please slow down, use caution, and stay alert. That extra distance really helps when you're out driving in these wet and possibly icy conditions.
Now, you already talked about the closure of 281 because we're worried about icing specifically on the higher bridges. How do you decide which areas you're going to close, and at what point do you do that?
Yeah. So our crews are out on the roads during an event like this. Our crews are out monitoring the roads 24/7. And so they're monitoring the road conditions and making the best judgment call as a precaution of when to close the roadway. And since those flyover ramps at 281 and 1604 are pretty high, we wanted to err on the side of caution and go ahead and do a preventative closure, especially since water is accumulating on our roads and the temperatures are expected to drop here in the next few hours. So it was basically a precautionary closure, and we'll continue to monitor and update the public on our social media outlets with any new closures or updates.
Okay, excellent. Jennifer, I know that you have to go. Thank you for your time. So you are free to log off, but Tom, I'm going to keep you just for a minute because I do have a couple of questions for you still.
Sure.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Sarah.
Bye, Jennifer.
Tom, I want to talk a little bit about the resources that the county is providing for residents.
So we have since last night at 7 p.m., we opened our warming centers throughout the county. We have 6 different locations. And again, we're working with our emergency services districts. To be precise, we have emergency services districts 2, 3, and 8. Then at the fire marshal's office and in 2 of the suburban cities, China Grove and Leon Valley, is where we have these warming centers open since last night. We plan to have them open, keep them open until Saturday, 12 p.m. if needed.
Now, to be specific, because you have the county and you have the city, and the city does provide shelters. You guys have those warming centers as well, but they're different from the shelters. What exactly can people expect if they go there?
So it's really typically at an ESD, for example. I was yesterday at ESD 8, the emergency services district out there, and it's a classroom. It's warm. There's chairs available, and there's some water available for folks. Obviously, there's bathrooms, but it's not a place where you have beds or cots, and there will be hot meals provided. So that it doesn't go to that extent. It's really just to provide a place to stay warm.
You guys have more obstacles or more challenges, I should say, than the city, because you're having to reach out more of the isolated areas. How are you prepared to handle all of that should things get pretty intense?
That's a great point, Sarah, because the layout, when you look at the county, the layout is very different. In the city, you have more of a dense population, and out in the county, we have the open roadways. We have the situation that distances are greater, houses are further apart. So we, as I said earlier, it's really about working together with our community partners, which is what we do during any kind of emergency. Which is why I feel we're really well versed in this. The emergency services districts and the suburban cities are the backbone there. We work together with, and there's liaisons with our emergency management team where all this is being coordinated.
No, it's great, all the resources that are out there. Unfortunately, sometimes people don't know how to get to those resources. So what we can say is the easiest, simplest way for residents to spread the word and let their neighbors know what to do.
Right. The easiest way, for example, if you want to go to one of those warming centers and you're not quite sure how to get there, is call 311. So that works for residents in unincorporated Bexar County as well, and they will help you get to those locations.
Okay. Excellent. And I know you mentioned some websites that are very important that you want people to know.
Right. So right now, before people head out, it'll be very helpful for folks to go to bearflood.org. So that's BEXAR flood.org. That shows you all the current road closures because of flooding. And then if you're looking for general resources or links to other informational websites or places to go and know that's a trusted resource, just go to bear.org/winter. That's where we have compiled in a concise form all these tips and links.
Yeah. And I know, just to recap, folks, one more time for you, but we've been really focusing on the ice that's coming and icing on bridges and the higher parts. But flooding has actually been a bit of a problem overnight, that rain coming down and puddling in certain areas causing a lot of accidents. So, Tom, you're talking again, as of right now, about 19 road closures in the county, correct?
Correct. That's where we are right now. And folks need to bear in mind, this is going to change throughout the day, especially in the northern parts of the county. I spoke to a colleague earlier, and I heard that on the north side, it's already pretty slick. There's ice on top of the cars. Yeah. So what we often forget, we talk about road conditions. What we often forget is when you step outside of your house, be careful, because that's where a lot of injuries happen in people's driveways, on the walkways.
That is a very good point. I know last year, obviously, we got, a lot more accumulation. So we were aware of that as we were stepping out. Today, I don't think a lot of people are focusing on that so much, but that is a really good point, because it doesn't take much for you to slip and fall as you're stepping outside. And we are getting those pictures. You're right, Tom. Viewers have been sending us those pictures now of people scraping ice off of their windshield. So you're starting to see that accumulation, especially in the hill country and in the northern parts of Bexar County as well. Another closure to update you guys on, this just happened in the last 20 minutes or so, but it is exit 156 I-10 at downtown. Exit 156 I-10 at downtown. That is a closure as a result of high water, or the water is beginning to pile on in that area over there. And I know I'm looking at some messages as we're talking, Tom, just to see if people have any particular questions. I think a lot of them right now are about power. To answer your questions on that, yes, some folks have lost power. It is not a massive amount of residents, but we were among the people in the medical center area here affected by that power outage earlier. It went off and now it's back on. So I think you're going to see those intermittent power outages throughout the day. Make sure to download the KENS 5 app. That way, if your power goes out, you can't watch us on TV, then you can always look at on your phone and stay up to date on your weather and traffic with that. Tom, before we go, is there anything else that you want people to know as they're watching?
Caution is the key word today, really. It's be careful, because conditions change throughout the day, and the really cold weather and the wind chills are still coming. Excellent.
Tom, thank you very much. Stay warm, stay safe.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
We'll be talking again. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. I hope that this was a helpful update. If you have any questions, please feel free to write me on my Facebook page, and I will try to get you the answers to that. Make sure to download the KENS 5 app. I can't tell you how many times I've relied on it when I've lost my power. And we will be on TV again. We've been on all morning, and we're going to be on at 9 a.m. with more updates for you. We do have team coverage. We have reporters out in the field in Kerrville, in the Hill Country area, and in different parts of Bexar County. So they'll kind of give us the latest updates. Obviously, things are changing as we're moving, but right now is really the time to be careful, because a lot of people are starting to hit the road, and we're starting to see those freezing temperatures finally hit, and more icing on the roads and on the bridges, et cetera. So just be careful and be safe, and I will see you later. Have a great day.